Hi. Pack happened over here. Pack destroyed half of my pyramid, freaking blowing up that crap. Because they were playing with TNT and they decided it was a good idea to blow it up. Pissed me off. Pack. Yeah, Pack might have been the one, or he might have been the one talking about the TNT cannon, but he was the one that blew my chart up. Mm-hmm. What part? Yeah, do me that favor, please. Because, shoot, if you want to go and freaking replace all that wood with the other stuff, that'd be great. Because I gotta work on the rooms and stuff. Magic. Oh. Yes. Where do I want to do this? I'll do it straight in the middle for the first floor, since it'll look really nice and fancy. Those two. Why don't I do it like this? Three. Pack offered to help me fix it when he got on, but at this point, I just wanted to get it done and over with, so I just didn't bother with it. It made me, I'll put it this way, Chris, it made me mad, so bad that I was in the middle of talking about something, and matter of fact, I was just about to tell him not to blow my stuff up, and then it goes off and hits my freaking pyramid and blows half the side of it off. I stood there for like a complete, probably minute, stared at it, and then just said, that's enough Minecraft for me for one night, and then I got off. That was how mad I was. I didn't even yell. It was that I was just that pissed about it. That wasn't what he had. He had like this little dirt house thing that I thought was a house, and he started building it. And then later on, he proceeded to tell me that it wasn't even a house. It was a, and then he starts filling the house thing with TNT, and he did something with redstone, and immediately it just freaking blew up. Taking the side of my pyramid with it. I also had somebody come in here yesterday after you got off, claimed that Artism, whoever the flip that is, don't know, don't care, I had talked about that apparently I was a bad War Thunder player or whatever, and they were trying to get a rise out of me, and I just kept ignoring them. And then they're like, it's rude to ignore people. And it's like, dude, you're doing nothing but trying to piss me off. What do you think I'm gonna do, you know? I'm not gonna sit there and entertain your sick idea of a fun game, you know? But yeah, needless to say, I was pissed. Like, beyond pissed. Yeah, I don't know, Chris. It wasn't nothing but like this guy was trying to piss me off. And I get the feeling it wasn't nothing but Cookie Cat trying to get me to get pissed off. And I just kept ignoring the hell out of him, and he just eventually left me alone. Because I think he got the picture that I wasn't going to say anything to him. See, Cookie Cat thinks I'm stupid, and he thinks that I don't realize that he probably comes into streams and looks for something that he can try and get something out so that he can like come after me for some pathetic reason. But here's the thing, all right, if you want to waste your time, and if you want to be oddly obsessed with somebody, yes, I do find that kind of interesting, Chris. But Cookie Cat was here before Lost Cat got here, so he's a completely different person. Matter of fact, Cookie Cat is the guy that I took away his mod privileges because of the fact that he sent Judy Hopps porn in the chat one time. And when I saw that, well, I didn't see it. Other people went on there and told me what it was, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. And I removed him, his moderation position. Matter of fact, I think you were here when that happened. I don't remember, but I think you were. Hello, Acer. Brain might not be braining, because my brain isn't exactly functioning on full capacity this morning either. This pyramid is going to take me forever to get finished with, because I still got to do the interiors. Which, thinking about it now, I don't know why I'm using these blocks, because all I'm going to have to do is fill them in later, but whatever, we'll deal with that when we get there. I was honestly tempted to go play War Thunder this morning, but I remembered I had promised you that we would probably play Minecraft, so I was like, okay, well, we'll do this only because I promised Chris we would. Of course, if somebody had let me freaking send them friend requests, we could be talking and I wouldn't have to stream in order to communicate with you. Oh. Proceeds to scream without screaming. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. We're good. Would you like... welcome to the Clown Motel. Would you like the murder room or the roach room? Hang on, I gotta get a sign right quick. I just came up with an idea that's making me laugh. Hey, Chris, come here now. Come here right quick. Trust me, it's funny. Nice. Available now, Murder Room or Roach Room. Can't tell me that's not funny. Alright, I gotta get this. I kind of honestly thought about it, Chris. It was actually something that was going through my head when I was making it, too. This is giving me a headache trying to figure all this out. Chris, it's Minecraft. Everything naturally generates. What exactly are you talking about? What? Oh, I like that. That's cool. It's 3. And here's 4. I don't think I'm going to be able to make another one. This is just going to end up having to be the top floor. So all this work for what? 1, 2, 3, 4 floors? Really? I hate this game sometimes. And it's crooked, but whatever. Let's see here. Let's do a set of 2 stairs, maybe. I know what I can do. And it'll work out great. It'll make things a lot easier. Well, not really, but you'll understand when you see it. Okay. Oh, well. At least I hope you will. All right. Okay. So that's 2. Three. Yep, we're only getting 3 out of this one. Well, it was a good try, I guess. Although I could still make it work. It's just going to take a little bit more concentration. And it can still work. Because, yep, it'll work. It'll just be a smaller floor, but it'll work. Yes, Chris. Chris, at this point, any idea that I or you have is probably a stupid idea. So what's the idea? Spit it out. Make it snappy. I ain't got all day. It's not actually a bad idea, I'm not gonna lie. It's honestly too bad we don't have keys or like hinges or whatever for doors that have like things like that on them. It would make it a lot more interesting. Also, I have managed to create a masterpiece without really trying. I've made a glorious half room. Look, Chris, this is somebody's private room. That's an entire room right there, Chris. and it's not even going to work because the floor actually gets in the way of the thing, so I have to shorten it up by 1, so it's not even going to be a really half room. It's going to be a room. All I got to say is this is going to be the cheapest room in the whole place. There we go. That looks good. What's wrong, Chris? So you noticed. You know the bad thing, I don't even know where I'm supposed to put rooms in these 2 areas here, because like there's nowhere to put anything. At least this person, or these 2 people, get better rooms than the one up top. These are gonna probably be the cheapest rooms that I have, honestly. Oh, I accidentally deleted it. There we go. Chris, what do you think? You think anybody's stupid enough to buy this place? Or rent it, for that matter? I mean, this one will at least have a lot more room to do stuff with. I could probably, hold on. I could probably do something with this one here. And then... yeah, this one has 4 rooms. That works. It works actually really well. A lot better than I figured it would, actually. This is like the hotel you go to when you're so cheap that you can't afford anything else. I don't care, Chris. I'm just putting them together for now. Hey, Chris, think about it like this. All right. You walk out of your room in the morning, and then your neighbor is walking out of his room in the morning as well. Imagine how annoying that's going to be for somebody who's an introvert. You're going to be like, ugh, people. The best part is I still have like a whole nother floor that I have to work on after this one. I think the pyramid honestly turned out really well. I wanted to do a 100 by 100, but like it was like so much that I would have had to do in order to get it to work that it was just like, and I don't know all those commands that you know how to do, so it would have been like me basically begging you to help me with it, and it was like, it's not worth it. I can do it later, you know? I mean, can you imagine a hotel that's like twice the size of this? Because that's basically, this I believe is either a 52 by 52 or it's a 51 by 51. But either way, like, well, see, Chris, I wasn't big into Minecraft when I was younger like you guys are. So it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, cool, whatever. When I was younger, like, NASCAR games were what I was into until I hit about 9th grade. Give me a second, guys. I'm back. Yes, Chris. What did you do? I don't even notice a difference. Oh, I see what you did. I like that. That ain't that bad, dude. I was about to yell at you. Chris was about to get yelled at by his adopted parent. The only thing that I see an issue with that, Chris, is I was planning on filling them in. I don't know. Maybe we'll just leave it as a room. Yeah, we'll just leave it as a room. We'll make it like a glorious, purchasable, crappy room. You know, just one of those rooms that you purchase when you can't afford anything else. We call it the stair room. For an affordable low price, you too can have the stair room. I love the fact that I have like the single like room up here because there's no room for anything else. I just came up with a brilliant idea on what to do with this. These are going to be rooms right here too. Hey Chris, what's up? What do you mean you somehow managed to decorate? What do you mean somehow? That's the affordable room right here. I done told you. These are affordable. See, my house, the one that I made the hotel, is like the really expensive, the one if you don't have enough money, that's the one you don't go to, right? Then right across the street, you've got the glorious pyramid that has probably some of the cheapest rooms that you'll ever see. Alright, so best way to do this. I'm kind of trying to make a hallway right now. Kind of what I'm trying to do right now, in case you're wondering. Because I want it to be like a two-spaced hallway. There we go. Oh, yeah, it looks good, yeah. And then we'll just make that a room. We'll make that a room. We'll make that a room. And then right across the hall, we'll make a room. These are some glorious rooms right here, Chris, I'm telling you. These have more space in them than most of them. These are gonna hike in prices. Hey, you know, Chris, you were talking about like the paper with the room numbers and stuff on them. What we should do is for like the rooms that are like bigger, like these ones are, charge more than the ones that are like upstairs. And you should put it on the paper so that people know exactly how much they're paying for that room. And that's like per night or something like that. I mean, I think this is looking good so far, Chris. What do you think? I like the blue carpet, by the way. That's a nice touch. Yellow carpet. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I could have sworn that I made this. Why you fill it in? You could have used this. Whatever. I've learned not to ask questions about why you decide to do some of the things you decide to do. Wait, so what color did you do this? I figured red. I'm curious as to how much you're going to want to charge for these rooms. Okay, got that done. You know what's funny, Chris? This one is probably going to have more than the top one. I think, honestly, I got to figure out like what size I want to do for the ones at the bottom. Those are going to be the ones that are going to probably be difficult to figure out. Because there's going to be a lot more room, so I'm going to have to make it like a maze, most likely, in order to get it to work. At least I got the bottom floor filled in already, though, so like we don't have to worry about that yet. The only thing we'll have to worry about is figuring out what we're going to do for these next 3 places, because these are going to be pretty decently large pieces compared to the other 3. Maybe we should make private suites on the bottom. You know, kind of like they'll have how do I put this? Like they'll have a whole side of the pyramid to themselves or something. And then the higher you go, the smaller the rooms get. My mom seems very hell-bent on getting ready to go camping and all this stuff. And it's like, I want to go, but at the same time, she's talking about going for like 3 days in a row. And like, she's trying to find like all these crazy little recipes and stuff that she can take with us to make. And it's like, Mom, what's wrong with good old burgers and hot dogs? Like, I love you, but, you got to do something simple here. If you intend on having anybody enjoy themselves, at least. Actually, I'll worry about the rooms in a little bit. Also, Chris, I made more glorious small rooms. Alright, so 1, 2, so about here. Yep. Chris, no offense, but I'd hope you'd be able to fit a toilet in all the rooms. If not, I guess they're just going to be crapping on the floor. Alright, we're going to kind of do something different. There we go. So we got a hallway here. About halfway through, we'll have a hallway. Okay, so that's a hallway. And then we'll have a hallway at the back. So let's see, I want this room to be, let's see, 1, 2, let's go 4 wide. Here we go. There we go. So that's that hallway. And then I'll figure out the rest of that once we get there. We just want the hallway to look like that. Okay. Here we go. Okay. And then This is going to be its own room, so we'll close that off. Probably put them there, honestly. And this is going to be its own room. This is going to be its own room. Close that off. And kind of do that. There we go. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll do 8 is going to be the number used for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, cool. So we managed to squeeze 4 rooms out of this area here. So let's see. How do we want to do this one? We'll do door here. Door here. Doors here. Doors here. Doors here. And just for the sake of it looking a little different, door here. Door here. We don't really care if it looks symmetrical or not. We're just going to place them in. Because we really don't care at this point. At least I don't. There we go. Yeah, that looks good now. What do you think, Chris? It's a lot of rooms, right? And they're cheap and affordable. That's the best part. Especially those two. Chris, did I make too many rooms? Or did I make just enough rooms? Because personally, I think my rooms look great. Well, aside from the ones that are quite literally just a single thing, but huh. I think that's gonna look good that way. Because now we can do this. No, it's good. I like that. Hey, Chris, I accidentally destroyed one of the rugs. You're going to have to fix it. I'm back. Oops. I think I might end up having to take me a break. I can't stay awake. I wonder how mad Chris would be if on the next floor I just made a 1x1 room. I noticed. Huh? I wonder how mad Chris would be if I made a 1x1 room. Okay, fine, I'll do it 2x2. Alright, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this one because I have no idea. Let's see. Let's make... I think we can make this a room, right? Not really, we're just gonna close it off. That way it's not in the way of anybody. Also, I think since I've been streaming for about an hour and we've accomplished so much so far, I'm gonna take me a nice little break. Probably go, I gotta go feed and change my brother-in-law. And I'm gonna go and probably play some more Thunder afterwards. Anyway, I hope everybody has a lovely day. And remember, you mess with the wolf, you get the fangs.